Yeah, I was very shocked. Was the first, I guess, emotion. Excited, then comes after the shock. But yeah, to be, to now be officially a Formula One driver is, I think, the real dream for me. As a kid, it was, from as young as I can remember, it was, I remember saying I want to be a Formula One driver, and now it's going to become a reality this weekend. So it's amazing news, and really looking forward to taking the opportunity and making it last as long as I can. It is a bit. I had so many messages and calls from people, and I was in Budapest racing World Series by Renault, so I had to put my phone away because it was going crazy, and I had to focus on doing that for the weekend. But I read through some of the messages, and they were saying it's over the news and in the papers, and there was a lot of excitement, especially in Perth. No one's ever come from Perth and made it to Formula One, so there's a little bit of history being created there. So I think there's, for this reason, a lot of media, a good following though. It's very positive, and for myself and family, yeah, it's just they're obviously very proud of me, and I guess proud of myself to have come this far and to have managed to make a dream become a bit of a reality. So yeah, I think come the weekend I'll be a bit nervous, but I think more excited and anxious to be out there. Yeah, the junior team has, they've been with me since, at the end of my first year in Europe. They came on board and helped me out, massively. And I think it's right to say, and all of us junior drivers who have now come up to Formula One, I don't think we could have done it without the support of Red Bull and the junior team program. It's they put us in the categories. They've helped us financially and given us the support we needed to make it happen. We need to do the final bit and get the results, but with that they've always pushed us on the next step. So of course very thankful for their help, and now it's time to get some results in the big league and repay all the people I need to. Yeah, it's going to be a very busy week for me. I'm off to the circuit tomorrow on Wednesday, and going to make a seat with the team and meet everybody, well, as many people as I can, because I haven't, it's just been over the phone, some contact. So, I know a few names, but I don't really know what all of them look like. So, yeah, there'll be quite a big introduction over the next few days, but normally I've been able to settle into new teams or new environments quite well, and I'm at least from a personality side quite friendly and easygoing, so I don't really start off having any tension with anyone, so I'm not worried about getting into a new team, and I'm sure we can work well together, and hopefully develop as the season goes on. And myself personally, it's going to be a new challenge in a new car, and not not having tested it before, but I've got quite a few hours before qualifying on Friday and Saturday. So if it's not enough time for me, then maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to be. So I'm confident I'll be up to the challenge. I've met Tonio a few times before, and he seems like a nice guy, and he's had a long relationship with Red Bull in the past, so they know him quite well. I guess they know what he's capable of, so it's a good benchmark for me, and someone to learn from. He's much more experienced than I am. So if, as always with your teammate, you try and work together, and then you push each other as hard as you can. So if we can achieve that, then, and with me learning from him as well in the meantime, I'm sure by the end of the season I would have developed quite a few steps. I think for me personally, it's good to step into a new team, and at least their experience is not too much more than mine. So I think we'll have a bit in common. we're all learning. We're still trying to develop ourselves, and they're trying to develop as a team. I'm trying to develop as a driver. So I think we will at least be on the same wavelength. and it's good having Tonio as a more experienced driver to start. Or I'm sure he's guided the team already this year since he's been there, and he'll continue that, and then hopefully I'll come in, fit in there somewhere nicely. But yeah, it's all I think a challenge for both of us. Not easy for them as well to have a new driver step in. I've got to sort their engineers out and find out what's going to work best for all of us. But we're all I'm sure very capable of it, and as always looking forward to a new challenge. And right now just hanging out to drive the car basically. It's actually nice not to have to fly over to the race. It's let's say 30 minutes from where I live in England, so that'll be nice just to drive to the circuit and sleep in my own bed. It'll probably make it feel a little less I don't know, serious or big of a weekend. So it'll keep me relaxed, which is good, and it'll just be nice to go out and do the drivers' parade and just be in amongst the scene and to see all the fans and maybe a few people waving an Australian flag. And obviously there's Mark out there, but maybe if there's an Australian flag for me, that'll be really nice. I think it all starts in go-karting, and that's really where it all began. Even though when I started it was just more for fun and just because I love doing it, but I never thought I would move away from home and try and really pursue this career. I loved Australia. I loved being around with my friends, and I actually wasn't really that big of a fan of traveling. So when I was younger, I wasn't really interested in taking it too far, although I wanted to. But seriously, I didn't really think about it so much. But then I think that was the deciding move, getting out of Australia and moving to Europe. That's really where it all turned around, and then you're becoming in the world of you get inside the world of racing, and that's where you start to be seen by people and teams, and that's where Red Bull approached me. So that was the decisive move. Yeah, it's not easy, and even though I think it's my 5th year now living away from home, it doesn't get that much easier. You still miss the basics, your real home and your friends that you've had since school, and growing up. They're all sort of your true friends, and you miss all those things. But the first year was the hardest. I moved to Italy when I was 17 and didn't really speak the language, and lived in a very small town with not really much to do there. So that wasn't easy. So it's progressed nicely since then. But you still always miss home, and luckily for me, I'm racing a lot and doing what I love. So keeping busy, and that keeps my mind off it. But it's when you have a long break, that's when you start to sort of wish you were back home. But fortunately for me, this year is very busy, and it's not really. It's more at the back of my mind rather at the front. Yeah, it's one of my favourite tracks actually. I love it because it's very fast and very flowing. I enjoy the high speed parts of a circuit, so this has quite a few of them, which is nice. And it's close to my second base here, so I've actually had probably one of my best races over my career here in 2008. So I have some good memories. Last year I had a bit of probably my biggest accident of my career here as well. So let's say I've got a whole different range of memories. But I'm, as a whole, I really enjoy the circuit, and the atmosphere is good. It's Silverstone is the home of motorsport, and you get the real enthusiasts that come and support the weekend. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we're all treated, and how many fans show up. I'm sure it's going to be full. Yeah, it's I expect there to be nerves. I get nerves racing. No matter what I race, there's always a bit of that, and I think that's part of adrenaline and excitement as well. So, I'm prepared for this. But I think if I've got people around me, which I've worked with before, and at least my parents there, or my trainer, people there who are just to calm me down and give me the the usual words and bits of advice and whatnot, that'll help. But I think it's more the outside of the car activities, the driver's parade, all the press conferences and stuff. All the build-up is usually probably what will create the nerves. But once I'm in the car and with the helmet on, I think then it all settles down, and that's when I'm in my little office, and I'm sure I'll know what to do from there. I think for myself personally, my target is to at least finish the race. That's really the first target. I've never done a race, this long at Formula One length, so to understand physically and mentally what's involved and where I need to be, that'll be a good test for me. And if I can be close to Luizi's pace, or somehow if I can be up there and a bit quicker than him, it's always nice. But yeah, if I'm in a competitive range of him and the other cars around that end of the field, then I think that'll be a good achievement for my first weekend. Yeah, it's going to be quite busy racing both championships, the 3.5 Renault and the Formula One. But I mean, for me as a race car driver, you love to race as much as you can. There's so much other things involved with racing. You got travelling and a lot of days spent not in a car. So it's actually nice to do a double duty. And I think I'm going to be very busy in the second half of the season. But I'm sure I can stay on top of that. And as I said, I'm driving more than most of the other guys. So I see it as quite a cool thing. I'll have a lot. Mathematically, it's still very possible, but we've had a few more bad weekends than we would have liked, where we haven't scored points or very little. It seems we either have a bad weekend or a really good weekend, like Monaco or Monza or something. So we're a little bit on the back foot now. But I think for myself and the team, if we can just win some races, it'll be good for us. And it's always nice to have that feeling. And I'm sure the team deserve it as well. So if we can grab a few more wins before the end of the year, then I think that'll be good. And we'll see where the championship ends up. But realistically, we are on the back foot now. But yeah, I'm sure we can still fight for some wins and maybe try and get more wins than anyone else. That'll be a bit of an achievement if we can't get the championship. I think it'll really test me. Yeah. We're going to be racing probably every weekend. I mean, I have experienced that already this year, having back-to-back weekends and whatnot. So it will test me, but I think I'm sure I can stay on top of it. And we'll see by the end of the year. I'm sure I'll be ready to go home for Christmas in Australia and spend a few weeks on the beach. But I'm sure I'll last till then and do a good job.